Do you remember the good news, bad news jokes? Like the one about the teenager who phones his mother and says, "The good news is that the airbag works on your car." Switch on the television for the daily coronavirus briefing and you will hear good news and bad news. Probably we only want to hear the good news, that the lockdown is easing and that there are more opportunities to meet our friends and families. But we need to hear the bad news. We need to hear that people are still suffering and indeed dying from the virus. And as we hear that news, we shall not take the necessary actions to stay safe. In the passage from Matthew chapter 10, Jesus is teaching his disciples before he sends them out to proclaim the gospel, the most important good news. He warns them of the testing situations they are likely to face. They may face rejection and worse, public flogging and other punishment. This is the bad news if they thought they would have an easy life as messengers of Jesus. But they need to be ready to face opposition. Jesus then shows them how they can deal with the difficulties ahead, and this is the good news. Firstly, they need have no fear of those who oppose them, because the disciples are children of the light, that is, children of God. Their message will bring light and life to all. And the message is worth all the suffering. Just ask Jesus. Secondly, each one of them is known to God as an individual. He knows everything that happens, and he cares what happens. He knows the number of hairs on each person's head, that amount of detail. So whatever happens, God is right there in support. And it's the same with us. We are unlikely to suffer physical violence for our faith, but we may face rejection and mockery. Being a Christian in today's world is not easy, and we fool ourselves if we think it is. We need to accept the difficulties so that we can be honest with those around us. People need to hear the plain truth, and it is off-putting when people hear Christians soft-peddling the realities of a harsh world. We know that bad things happen to good people, and often we don't know why. But we are called to proclaim the truth of God's love from the housetops, so that the bad news becomes a thing of the past, and the good news is our faith and our future.